Wow, what can I say? What a great fight. It really lived up to the hype. I thought it was a great fight. I thought it was a great performance by Claressa Shields, by both fighters, but Claressa Shields in particular. I feel bad, I feel guilty for actually doubting her. I really wasn't sure who was going to win. I was kind of on the fence, and I think in my video I said just from a psychological point of view, I felt like Marshall had the edge psychologically, but I was wrong. I put my hands up. Claressa Shields was amazing. I don't think she put a foot wrong in this fight. She was zoned in from the beginning, I could tell. She looked strong, she looked fit, and she really was. I can't tell you how many punches she threw from the first bell to the last bell. You know, her work rate was amazing. She changed angles and she kept her turning angles. And Marshall was a bit confused because she's quite slow. So I think Claressa Shields, her athleticism really showed. Yeah, her output and her speed. I've never seen a female boxer with such fast hand speed. Her hand speed, I think, was what gave Marshall so much trouble, because if Marshall threw a lazy jab, Claressa would counter with like 8 shots. Like for every 1 shot of Marshall, there was like 6 or 7 shots coming back. And I think that's what made Marshall hesitant, because the hand speed. She was really finding it difficult to deal with that hand speed. Claressa Shields did some great work to the body. She wasn't headhunting too much. She was following up with shots to the head, but a lot of her main shots were to the body, and I think that really worked a lot. The only time Claressa Shields ever got caught by shots was when she allowed Marshall to get her on the ropes. Once she got on the ropes, when she got in the corner, that was the only time Marshall was able to land some shots. Apart from that, it was all Claressa Shields. In and out, fast shots, head, body, and she did it all night. You know, her work rate went down in the middle rounds, and then she picked it back up towards the end rounds. And I just don't see anyone being able to beat her because of that. You know, she has a unique blend of attributes that make her very difficult to beat. The athleticism, the hand speed, the skills. I like the way she moves her upper body. She showed more skills in this fight than any other fight, I think. I really think her skills came together in this fight. Although, because I've been a bit of a criticizer of her. Not a hater, but I have criticised her. I feel like she kind of smothers her own work a lot of the time. And that's the reason why she doesn't really kind of sit down on her shots properly and land those power shots. But she was much better in this fight. I think, like I said, she didn't put a foot wrong. She still smothered her work, she does that, but she really makes up for it with her volume of punches and her good timing. You know, she's got great timing. When she wants to be a counter puncher, she can do it. She slipped a lot of shots from Marshall. Marshall also slipped a few shots, caught a few shots from the gloves. You know, so she had good defense as well, but she just was gun shy. She couldn't pull the trigger because of Claressa's speed and the way that she was countering her every time she threw a lazy shot. That made her hesitant to pull the trigger. You know, so yeah, it was a complete shutout. I mean, I heard some people say the fight was really, really close. I wouldn't say it was close. I would say it was competitive. All the way through, it was competitive, but competitive isn't close. It was definitely a unanimous decision. Claressa Shields definitely won by quite a big margin, but it was definitely competitive. Marshall did well. She had her spots. I wasn't really scoring the rounds on this occasion, but I think it was probably pretty convincing. It was a very convincing win. I'd have to go back and actually watch what the scores were at the end, because I literally just wanted to make a video as soon as the fight finished. But yeah, it was convincing. In the end, I would give it to Claressa Shields by quite a clear margin. It was definitely a dominant performance by Claressa Shields. She did exactly what she said she was going to do. Literally, she did what she said she was going to do. Before the fight, leading up to the fight, she said that Marshall, she doesn't rate her power because Marshall is too slow. She's not going to hit her with those power shots. And she was right. So, yeah, Claressa Shields goes on. What does she do now? I don't know. Does Marshall warrant a rematch? Not really. Not really. Is there a rematch clause? I'm not sure. I'd have to check that out. I would watch a rematch. It wasn't so one-sided that I would give Marshall no chance in a rematch. It wasn't like that. But it was a pretty convincing win. If I was Savannah Marshall, I would move up a division. I think she'll be a champion at the next division up because the speed that she has is not enough for this division. But if she moves up, this middleweight division, if she moves up, I think her speed will be good enough, and then that's when her power will really show. But yeah, she pretty much got shut out in this fight, I think. So Claressa Shields goes on. She's the GOAT, best female fight ever. I agree. There has been some other great female fighters. I don't want to kind of talk bad on them. Ann Wolfe is another fighter that is comparable to her. Same kind of athleticism, and but she doesn't have the output, I don't think, that Shields has, but she definitely has the power. Ann Wolfe probably more powerful, but as a complete fighter, Claressa Shields, I haven't seen a better fighter than her yet. So yeah, commiserations to Savannah Marshall. She's going to come again. She's a great fighter though, definitely the second best fighter in the division. But for now, there's only one middleweight champion of the world, the GOAT, Claressa Shields. Man, guess who's back? Guess who's back? If you enjoyed my video, please consider liking or sharing and subscribing to my channel. Thank you.